Well, obviously, we were a bit surprised when Caroline wasn't in the lineup, but it's like anything else. It's a wounded animal. We knew they were dangerous anyway. They play hard. The greatest quality in Nevada basketball is their toughness, and they showed it again tonight. But I've got a tough team, too. And the two best defensive teams in the conference played tonight. It was a low-scoring affair. It was like old-school Aztec basketball. And we got a nice lead in the second half, and then they gave us a good gut punch, came back, and we were able to regroup at the end, have a nice spurt. Devin did a good job. Jeremy did a good job controlling the pace of the game. And Jalen made some timely baskets down the stretch, and we were fortunate to come out with a win today.
Thank you, Coach. Questions for the student-athletes? Over here.
When did you guys find out that when did you guys realize Caroline wasn't going to play? Was it right at tip? Was it a little bit before? And how did that change your mindset?
I didn't even know, until I was wondering why he wasn't going in the game. But that's the one I found out. But other than that, yeah, I guess.
When they came back in for final matchups, there was a different matchup, and no one was on Caroline. So I didn't even realize until that point that he wasn't dressed. So I don't know what happened, but we'll take it.
Over here in front.
Devin, you led the team with 20 points. You had that nice little spin move drive to the basket. Is that back feeling a little bit better?
Yeah, it's feeling a little bit better. Just continue to get my treatments in, and I'll be ready for tomorrow.
Jeremy, I saw you kind of laugh after that question. What was funny just about that situation when it was asked about Caroline?
Oh, no. It just caught us off guard. Nothing was really funny about it. I was laughing at something else. But like Coach said, I didn't know Caroline wasn't playing until we got out on the court, and I seen he wasn't dressed in uniform. So,
and
I mean,
Jeremy, you've been talking about just like how you've been making it public that it's NCAA tournament or bust. What's it like just knowing that you're one game away from that? Do you think about that?
Yeah, of course you think about it, and it's everything we want. All you can ask for is the opportunity, and we have the opportunity to get there. We just got to play hard for another 40 more minutes. So, this is everything we wanted, and now we're in position to do so, and it's on us to take care of it.
And Jalen, you kind of got into foul trouble towards the end of the second half. What's going through your mind when you're sitting on the bench and just knowing that you can't be out on that floor at that moment?
Just being confident in my teammates, knowing they're gonna get the job done, and just applauding my teammates, as much as I can, just keeping their confidence up, and just trying to be a great teammate on and off the court.
Over here.
This is for Devin. The offense really started to sputter there. There was a stretch when they came back. You guys weren't getting great shots or no shots at all. What in your mind changed? What did you change out there? What sets were you guys calling down the stretch that allowed you guys to score?
I myself was just trying to keep my cool. I knew we were still in the game. It's not like we were down 6 or 7 and the game was getting away from us. So we were just waiting to see what our coaches was calling, and if the play didn't work, be 10, 11 seconds left, we were going to have to make a play. And I feel like Jeremy made a big play. He bumped him, made the mid-range, and I had that big 3 in the corner. And, yeah, and the tables turned. So we knew we just played with a lot of confidence. We didn't lose it. We didn't lose control. We were always in control, we felt like.
This is a question for any of you guys. What is it about this tournament that makes you take it to the next level, like you guys seem to do year after year?
It's win or go home, and me personally, I still feel like I have a lot to show, and my teammates still have a lot to show. So, if you're playing the right basketball around this time, you could just keep going. You could keep going further into March, and so. That's what I want to do, and that's what my teammates and coaches want to do. So if that's the task at hand, you have to up your game, and you have to play at that elite level if you want to, go further in March and play the best team. So it's sort of a requirement. It's just what you're asked to do, and that's what we have to do.
And then Nevada obviously beat you guys up pretty good in Reno. Was there any sort of revenge factor coming into this game?
No, it wasn't a revenge. I feel like every time we match up with Nevada, it's going to be a great game, and the fans love it. So, no, we love Nevada. They play hard, and they're a competitive team, so we actually like playing them.
This is for all three players, whoever wants to, however many one answers. What lessons did you learn from that game 6 days ago when you lost by 28?
We learned just that we got to play harder, play with more toughness, you know, because they're a tough team. And I felt like we capitalized on that this game.
And just being under control, like Dev said, I think if you do that, then you always have a chance at winning. And I think we did a good job of that. When we got the lead this time, we stayed under control compared to last game when we had to fight from like 15 down or something like that. So I think if you just come out with that intensity and, like I've told you before, just make it to where the opposing team has to match your effort and intensity, then you always have a good chance at winning.
Jalen, could you talk about Jeremy and Devin, their senior leadership, and what they bring to the table?
They bring a lot of experience to the table, you know. Down the stretch, they both made big plays that we needed. That's what you expect out of your senior guards, and I mean, they're showcasing it every game, what they can do, and especially in those situations. They're capitalizing, just like yesterday, Jeremy hit a 3. So I feel like they're leading the way.
Anything else for our student athletes? Okay, I'm going to dismiss them at this time. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Questions for the coach?
So who was supposed to guard Caroline and they walked down the floor and he wasn't there? What did you guys do?
I think Matt Mitchell celebrated. No, it was going to be Matt. Matt's had great matchups with him. I mean, he played well at our place. Caroline played really well at their place. And like you say, all we can control is what we can control. And so when he wasn't out there, we switched a few matchups up. And off we went. And they got in early foul trouble, too. Caleb got in early foul trouble. So he missed a lot of the first half. But I thought Cody did a great job keeping him in the game. Porter was good. And they're good. I mean, they're a tournament team. They're going to be in the NCAA tournament, you know, and their path is different than ours. They're already in it. They've been in it. You know, we have one chance to go, and that's by winning tomorrow. If we don't win tomorrow, our season will be over. So we know what's at stake, and there's a controlled desperation to that. Devin, you know, he reminded me of Winston Shepard one year we played at Nevada. They stormed back on us, and Winston told the team in a timeout, what, do you think it was going to be easy? And Devin basically said the same thing today. They're good. You didn't think they were going to roll over. They're good. We knew it was going to be a game. So it's that kind of comments that come from the players rather than the coaches all the time that make a difference. When you got a senior leader that's calm and collected in pressure situations, and that doesn't mean you always make the right play, but if your temperament's right and your attitude's right, you got a chance to make the right play. And Devin was just a wonderful leader today, both on the floor and in the timeouts.
Over here, Coach.
Coach, Devin hit those 2 threes in the second half. They called timeout, and then it was like a buzzsaw the other way. They just came storming back. How did your team switch it again and then was able to hold them, I think, more than 7 minutes without a field goal?
We just hung in there, you know. They stormed back. They're a good team, you know, and so every time we play them, it's a back-and-forth affair. There's a lot of toughness goes on. I mean, they got ahead of us 15 at their place, and we cut it back to 3 or 4 at halftime. So we know both teams are capable of making a run, and it's how you respond to a run that kind of determines how good a team you're going to be. You know, we didn't panic. We kind of hung in there. No matter what kind of run they were on, we kept looking at the scoreboard. It was a 2-point game. So it wasn't they ran out on us by 11 points. You know, they cut back and caught up with us, but we were able to hang in there long enough, and then we made some timely plays. Jalen got in a low post, hit a pull-up jump shot. I thought Devin made a great play where he got in the paint late and kind of was stuck in there, and Jalen kind of snuck underneath and got a little foul on a layup. And we just made timely plays at the right time, and that's players making plays. That's a coach, you know, you call a play, but in the end, the players have to make the plays. And so they made their coach look good today because they made enough of them where we came out with a victory.
Coach, is that a game that maybe you wouldn't have won earlier in the season? Did you see some growth maybe today that you hadn't seen before in just terms of toughness and resilience?
Yeah, I think everybody knows the back half of the conference season, we've been a pretty good basketball team. And doesn't mean we've won all the games, but we played pretty good basketball. And I think a big factor of this game, I don't know what Nathan played. I think Nathan had only averaged like 9 minutes a game in the first 2 Nevada games because of foul trouble and maybe his bad back, but he was out there 25 minutes. And maybe it's not reflected in a lot of the numbers, but his presence in there made a difference. So I like the fact that we could keep Nathan out there a lot of this game. You know, that's something he didn't do earlier in the season. And so we're playing good basketball right now. What that will mean tomorrow, I don't know, other than the fact we will compete at a high level, and if we do enough right things, we'll give ourselves a chance to make it back to the NCAA tournament again.